and welcome to another episode of Don't Poke the Beare. Tonight, I'm going to talk about gambling, and I'm going to talk about the gamble that we all take every time we order a hat. You're wondering, how is ordering a hat gambling? Well, allow me to explain. So, to set the scene, you know the drill. You're on Instagram, you're seeing the new drops, you know when they're going to drop, you've done all your research, you're just hot to trot for that 11 a.m. or 2 p.m. or whatever time zone you're in deadline. You plop yourself in front of your phone or your computer, bam, you place that order, you actually got the hat. Yay, you got the hat. So now what? Immediately what you start doing is you start looking for that shipping notification. You're waiting for that email. Where's my email? Where's my shipping notification? When is my hat gonna get here? What's taking so long? Where's the mailman? When is my hat gonna get here? Okay, so you got your hat. Now what? Here's where the gamble comes in, and this is the gamble that you take every time you get a new hat. You have to crack that hat open. And then, what's inside the box? Is it going to be something beautiful? Well, I got a couple hats lately that I think are just absolutely beautiful. So, the Pancake 1980 Phillies World Champion cap. This is just an amazing cap. Early front runner for my favorite cap of the year so far. But this cap is perfect. It's shaped perfectly. The logo is centered. Everything about this cap is just wonderful. Another one I got recently, the Fayetteville Generals. It's amazing. Everything about it is just perfect. It's a perfect fit. There's nothing wrong with the embroidery. Nothing at all. This hat's great. And this is the experience we get most of the time when we get a brand new cap, you know. Got the Rockies Iceberg. It's beautiful. It's perfect, you know. Just very happy with these hats. And so it's great when you open up your box and that's what you see. You see a perfectly shaped, perfect hat. But then you get those times where they're not so perfect. And that's where the gamble comes in. It's like, am I going to get this or am I going to get this? So, and some of them are just really infuriating. And, you know, when I used to go into a hat store, you know, whether it be a Lids or a Hat Club or whatever, and I would go be looking at my hats, and then I'd have the salesperson come up and be like, is there a certain size you're looking for? Is there a certain hat that I can help you know? And it's like, dude, I know what I'm doing. Just, you know, do you have this hat in a 7 1/4? That's how I do it. I'm never rude to those people. I know they're just doing their jobs. But what size are you looking for? I'm looking for a 7 1/4. And so they go and they grab the 7 1/4. And I'm like, do you have more? And they kind of look at me like, but I just gave you a 7 1/4. Okay, can I see them all? So they kind of scoff and they give me, you know, 4 or 5 7 1/4. And I immediately go through my, you know, 20-point inspection or whatever you want to call it, where I make sure everything is lined up. The logo's lined up, the seams are lined up perfectly with the visor. You know, I'm very picky, and I have that luxury in person. But when you open up a box and you don't know what you're going to get, sometimes you might get something like this. This beautiful Provo Angels hat. And look at that. The logo's tilted. Very frustrating. Very, very irritating. But you're probably never going to see this hat again. Fortunately, I have an original. But you know, I wanted a newer version, an updated version, you know, something that maybe looks a little cleaner, something that I didn't get in 2001, whatever. Very happy. Here's another one. This was a pre-order actually. I really, really wanted this hat because I missed the original one. So yeah, all you flexers that want to go on about, you know, I had an original, that's fine. Same thing. This Rockies logo, maybe it's something with the mountains. I don't know, but you know. It's just a little bit higher on this side. Very disappointing. You know, yeah, it can pass, but it can still be frustrating. Here's another one. This one here, same issue with the mountains. It's just a little bit higher. This time it's a little bit higher on this side. You know, this one I actually showed my wife, and she, like, right away, I'm like, you know, trying to pass it off to her, like, see what she says. It's like, you know, hey, what do you think of my new hat? And right away she's like, the logo's crooked. I'm like, damn it. Because that's I know. If she notices it, I know anybody's going to notice it, you know. Some of the other issues that you might come up with that's frustrating is you get a hat and, you know, it's made in a suspect country like, I don't know, Bangladesh or something like that, and you end up with a visor that's made of, I don't know, plywood or something like that, and you have to be careful. And I know there's a ton of videos out there that talk about how to curve your visor, but when I got this hat, my Salt Lake Stallions hat, and I tried to bend that brim, and I am super, super careful, I got that little crease, that little teeny crease in there, and I can't undo that. I can't fix that. Maybe there's a way to do it. I don't know. So, you know, that's another gamble, that you're going to get a hat that you're not going to be able to conform to how you're comfortable with it, how you're comfortable wearing it. Unfortunately, these are no longer made. I only bought one. I don't know why. Whatever. Another thing that's frustrating, and this just happened to me recently, you get your hat, it's your size, the sticker says so, and no sticker. I you know, do you leave your stickers on or do you take them off? Just thought I'd throw that in there. Sticker says it, the tag on the inside says it your size, but you put it on and you're swimming in it. You're just absolutely swimming in it, and you know, you can like twirl your head around, the hat's gonna spin. You know, so in the instance of this hat, I ordered another one, and I ordered it a size down, and this fits perfectly. Not the store's fault. It's a manufacturing issue. It's no big deal. It wasn't their fault. I wasn't mad at anybody. But that's frustrating. It's frustrating. You have a hat that you're waiting for. You're waiting on this hat, and when it finally shows up, it's just that crushing disappointment that you can't wear it. You can't enjoy it because of a flaw, whether it be a crooked logo. Here's another one this is probably the one that's the most frustrating to me at all, of all. At all. The crooked visor. Now, as a part of my 20-point inspection, I line up the panels with the seams on the visor. Now, if the panel line here, I know there's probably a technical term for it. I'm sure TJ or somebody will hit me up with that. If it's between the second and third seams on the visor, probably on the other side it's going to be the same way as well. But you pull a hat out of the box and you've got this one riding on the first seam and this one riding on the third seam. You know, you're going to put that hat on, and there is nothing you're going to be able to do. You know, first off, your logo's way over here. You know, you can turn it like this. You know, it's just never going to look right. You're never going to be comfortable wearing this cap. It's super, super frustrating. And, you know, this hat was only like $7.50 plus shipping or whatnot. And I probably could order another one, but do I really want to take that gamble? Do I really want to take that chance? Why even bother trying to return these, you know? They just give you a hard time. And then there's this one. This one is a mix of just everything that could possibly go wrong with the cap. Made in Haiti, the Rockies frozen lemonade, and I did see some other ones, some other teams that people got, and there were issues. Yeah, this one's just a mess. You've got the fold on the front panel there. The logo is crooked. The visor is a little bit off. The front panel, or the front seam down the front of the panel, is crooked. It's like, whoop, goes off in a completely different direction. It's like those, you know, when you're driving down the street and you see the people who painted the lines must have been drunk and the line kind of goes like this. That's what this reminds me of. And even it's got this weird little fold right here that, you know, I just can't get rid of. This is just a poorly constructed cap. And the thing that's most frustrating about this, and I posted about this, and I had a lot of people that are like, return it, see if you can get another one. You know you're not going to get another one of these. This was a limited run. Maybe they'll re-release this someday. I'll probably try again, probably roll those dice and see what happens. But, yeah, super frustrating. And what was even more frustrating is when I put the hat on, and I tried to shape it a little bit, but it kind of has that conductor, Elmer Fudd kind of look to it. It's just super, super frustrating. So that's just one of the numerous things that can go wrong when you are buying a hat online, and that's the chance you take when you open up that box. Maybe you're going to get a perfect hat. Maybe you're going to get something with the flaw. The flaws seem to be few and far between. Most of the time, with all the different companies producing product now, you're kind of starting to see it's a little more of a crapshoot. But, you know, more often than not, you're happy with what you got. I did not mean to make that rhyme. It just worked out that way. So, yeah. So that's it. That's the gamble you take. So you guys know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, we see the stories all the time. People complaining about the hat that they got for one reason or another, that something was wrong with it. So spend your money wisely. That's about the only advice I can get. Or if you're comfortable taking that chance, then, you know, by all means. Anyway, that's all I got to say for tonight. You know, keep those cards and letters coming, and we will talk to you next time. This is John. Don't poke the bear.